Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my May TBR. My goal for the month of May is to finish my Cuban reads for my Expedition 3 Pages challenge that I'm doing, where I'm trying to go through as many countries as I can get to in my lifetime, just to learn more about the world. Anyway, so at the moment I'm reading Cuba, but I've only finished one book, which I think I completed in January maybe, and that was A Planet for Rent by Yoss, which I'll talk about in my wrap-up video. So I've got 3 left for my challenge list for Cuba, so I will hopefully get to them in May. So this month I will be reading Before Night Falls by Ronaldo Arenas. I believe the translator for this is Dolores M. Koch, who was a Cuban American translator. So this is the memoir of Arenas' life, and this book was actually published 2 years after his death in 1990. And he talks of his childhood and his fighting for the revolution in Cuba and his imprisonment and his eventual exile into New York. And I believe when he was in New York he was diagnosed with AIDS and eventually committed suicide. So I think this is going to be a really hard-hitting read this month. Then we have Bacardi and the Long Fight for Cuba. This is by Tom Gelton, who's an American author. So this book tells the story of the Bacardi family, who were responsible for Bacardi rum, and kind of talks about their life, how intertwined the family was and the business was with Cuban life, Cuban politics, etc. And I think it's going to be really fascinating. The family tree is actually massive, so it's quite an in-depth book, I believe. Just show you the family tree, Bacardi family. And the book's fairly large actually, and all the pages are massive. It's a fairly dense book. But rum is my drink of choice, not necessarily Bacardi, but usually Kraken. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading about the Bacardi family. And then finally for my Cuban reads we have Guerrilla Science by Ernesto Altschler. So this seems like it's going to be a really fun read. So it seems to be like a bit of a comical look on the hardships of being an experimental physicist in Cuba, and Altschler kind of talks about his own work and how he got around the experiments when there really wasn't any funds for him to buy like top quality equipment. So I thought this would be a really fun read. And kind of a different insight into Cuban life, a more up-to-date insight into Cuban life. I believe this was published in 2017, so it's pretty new. Yeah, 2017. So looking forward to this one. So that's it for Cuba. At the end of this video I'm actually going to pick out the next country that I'm going to be reading. Actually, it's kind of turned into the next country or state or province. So I've kind of changed it up a bit, and I've basically, rather than just the countries of the world, I've put in my TBR jar anything I can scratch off individually on this map. So I've included like the provinces of Canada and the states of the United States, and Australia's split into the states as well. I'm still not sure what they're called. I should have looked that up by now. But if I pull one of those out, I'm just going to read one book, so then I'll probably pull again for another country. So I'm going to pull it today, just even though I haven't finished Cuba, just because I like to research and kind of order the books and have a really good think about what I'm going to buy for the next country that I'm going to do. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've actually been making my TBR jar for ages. I've made them like in little origami stars, which I was inspired by Natasha from My Reading is Odd, because I think at the beginning of last year she had TBR jars that were stars and I thought they were so cute. So I started thinking, oh, it won't take very long. It took ages. But anyway, it's done now, so, and I'm really happy. And yeah, at the end of the video, I'm going to pull the next country out so that I can start my planning. But before I do that, I'm just going to talk about a few other reads that I'm going to be reading in May. So first up is Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb, which is the second book in the Farseer trilogy, which I'll be reading for the Elderling Along. I think there's a live show for it at the start of June, so that's exciting. I'm really, really excited to get to this. And it's also in May. Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin, it's his Believathon 2, which is a middle grade readathon, and I think it runs for 2 weeks and it starts on the 11th of May. And he's done a really good job. There's like a little map that you can follow. I've decided, because I've got quite a few heavy reads this month, just to take the shortest path. So I'm only doing the first and the last prompt of that, which takes me straight to the destination on the map, and that is to read the first book in a series and to read the next book in a series. So I did a bit of research and I've decided to read Tuesdays in the Castle and Wednesdays in the Tower by Jessica Day George. So I will be reading those books, if they're available, still on script when Believathon 2 is going on. They had pretty good reviews on Goodreads, so I just thought, you know, nice short sweet reads in between the more heavier reads I've got this month might be quite a nice like relief. Also, I want to kind of join in with Gavin. I think he does like such good work for the middle grade community and I really admire that, and I just wanted to support him, so that's what I'm going to be reading for that. Okay, so now I'm going to pull the next country, state, I've made this confusing. My next expedition 3 pages location. Let's go with that. Okay, so I got this little yellow star here. So let's open it and see. I feel like these are going to be pretty tricky to open. I don't know if I regret making little stars or not. We'll soon see. Oh no, that was pretty alright actually. Ooh, okay. So my next country is Cambodia. So if anyone has any suggestions, let me know. Okay, that's everything. I hope you guys are all good and that you're having fun planning your May reads. And yeah, hopefully I'll chat to you down in the comments and hopefully I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye guys.